Hi, I'm Stephen Pick, Executive Director of Journey Theater, and on behalf of every Journey student involved, I want to thank you for tuning in today for a new experience for most of us, a virtual play. Despite its challenges, this year has offered, among other blessings, the opportunity for Journey students to really dig deep and develop their acting skills under the leadership of our excellent directors, and all the while to continue connecting and supporting each other as a community. So thank you again for joining today, and I know you'll enjoy the show.
Thank you so much for watching Journey Theater's production of The Last of the Dragons. We're so glad to have you with us as we continue to innovate and keep kids, like me, performing and collaborating together. Journey is a nonprofit theater organization dedicated to seeing kids and families grow in character and purpose. So would you please consider donating to help make that happen? Just click the link below at any time. Dink, dink. And I hope you enjoy The Last of the Dragons. Our story begins in the magical kingdom of Astoria. Lights up and action.
I cannot delay any longer. I must choose a prince to wed my daughter. So, Prince Stanley of Tuscany. Seems nice enough. Clever lad, handsome portrait, taken a lot of math and philosophy classes, but nothing about his sword fighting. And here we have the Prince of Ascundia, sword fighting champion 3 years in a row, can lift a full-grown horse over his head. Impressive. Did he include a picture? My, he's so... Where is his neck? Well, he's qualified, but not the sort I imagined as a son-in-law. Which to choose? It's impossible! Sorry to startle you, D'Artagnan.
'Twas an obstreperous exclamation indeed, your majesty.
Yes, it was a what?
A loud shout, sire.
Ah, yes, but tell me, old friend, I've narrowed the applications down from 47 to just these two. Which should I pick? This is Prince Stanley of Tuscany.
Convivial, intrepid, pulchritudinous. I pick him. A good match for the princess.
Perhaps. What about him?
He's enormous!
Yes, look at those muscles. He's never lost a fight.
Sire, I've met this prince. The man's a troglodyte.
I beg your pardon?
A troglodyte. Noun. From the Greek troglodyte, meaning one who lives in a cave.
I should never have lined your cage with dictionary pages. What are you going on about?
I'm saying this Prince of Ascundia is a brute, a lout, a big fat bully. Ark! Think of your daughter, sire.
I am thinking of Andromeda, and I want her to be happy. But in order for her to live happily ever after, she first of all needs to live. The prince I choose must be strong enough to slay a fire-breathing dragon. I need someone who's an expert with a sword.
Morning, Daddy.
Andromeda, what am I to do with you?
Do, Father.
Pause for sanitation.
When you were young, I thought you were simply high-spirited. Then when your mother, the queen, died, I thought it was sadness that made you behave the way you do. Now, I just don't know.
What's wrong with how I behave?
Andromeda, my dear, you are the daughter of a king. You can't go on fighting and fencing and leaping about.
But you taught me how to fence yourself.
I know, but it's time to start acting like a traditional princess.
What do you mean traditional? Adjective! Following traditions. Doing things the way we've always done them.
Thank you, D'Artagnan. I know what the word means. I just don't know what you mean, Father. Are you worried I won't become a good princess?
Oh, my dear, don't fret. All your quaint little mannerisms can be solved. I brought in some people to help and teach you.
No. The shirt, the trousers, looking like a boy. No good. A princess should be dressed in gowns of satin and silk.
Long skirts and gowns don't really work for fencing.
Fencing? With a sword? But princesses don't fight. They get saved by the prince. It's tradition.
And this hair will not do it all. How am I to work with this? It's so... Where's the rest of it?
I like it up. It keeps it out of my way.
Out of the way of what? How can you brush your long, luxurious locks as you gaze out the window, humming a love song, thinking of your prince?
Why would I ever do that?
It's tradition. Your mother did it. She had the most beautiful hair.
Tradition is what keeps the kingdom running smoothly. It's like a shortcut. Andromeda, do what the people who have gone before you did.
They figured it out so we don't have to.
Exactly. It makes things ever so much simpler.
But can't we try something new? Something we've never done before? Why do we have to do things the same all the time?
Tradition!
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 But I'm a princess. Can't I choose my own way? Even if I fail,
My dear, princesses and peasants, cobblers and kings, everyone follows tradition. Even that dragon that lives in the cave in the mountains follows tradition.
There's a dragon? Right here in Astoria?
Ah! Oh yes! And the last one in the world. In fact, we're very lucky for you to have a dragon to be rescued from it all.
Rescued? Is going to attack the castle and try to snatch me away?
Of course the dragon ain't attack the castle.
But wouldn't that be traditional?
Andromeda, my dear, where do you get such ideas?
But if I'm going to be rescued...
You'll be taken to him, of course.
What?
As you can see, they'll tie you up in front of his cave and leave you there all alone, and everybody will scare you home and put up their shutters and keep them shut.
The dragon won't eat you though, because the prince will come along in the nick of time and rescue you.
Then the handsome prince will ride through town shouting that he's killed the dragon, and you'll ride on the horse behind him weeping for joy.
It seems a strange custom.
It's royal tradition and everybody knows it.
It worked when I married your mother, didn't it? So it'll work for you too. D'Artagnan, I've made my choice. Fly this letter of acceptance to the Prince of Escundia.
Escundia? But your majesty,
Not another squawk. Go at once. I want him here in 2 days' time.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the dress. I'm sure it's lovely.
the king is making a big mistake choosing that brute of Escundia. As his advisor and oldest friend, I can't let him do that. I'm taking this letter to Prince Stanley of Tuscany instead!
In that gown, Andromeda dear, you will be the image of your mother. I only wish she could be here to see you in it.
Or to see me fight a dragon.
Never fear, I've taken care of that dragon situation. Now, after that fencing outfit, there is so much to do before Saturday, so much to prepare.
Yes, Father. But what are we preparing for? What's on Saturday?
Your wedding, of course. See you at breakfast.
Breakfast. Right. My wedding?
Queen! Oh, Queen! Your Royal Majesty! Where could she be?
What is it? What's wrong?
Wrong? Nothing wrong at all.
Astoria. A red letter day, one might say.
Chamberlain, you're a good helper to me and my most trusted advisor, but sometimes you don't make any sense.
It came.
No, it.
Today.
The it?
Astoria.
What does it say? I don't know. It's addressed to His Royal Highness the Prince.
Right. And we shouldn't.
No! We couldn't. Could we?
Well, you are the High Chamberlains of the Royal Court. You practically run the kingdom after all.
And after all, you are the Queen and his mother.
Let's open it!
Well, go on, read it.
You'd better read it, Your Majesty. You know my angina.
Dear Prince, thank you for your recent application. As you know, dragons are very scarce, and we received a great many letters from a great many qualified suitors, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we do indeed have a dragon in Astoria, the very last of his kind, and my daughter, the Princess Andromeda, has come of marrying age. I would be happy to have you as a son-in-law.
Oh, Stanley!
Where is that boy?
I'll check the library.
I'll try his bedroom.
Congratulations, Your Highness.
Thank you, Chamberlain.
Stanley, I'm so happy for you.
That's wonderful, Mother.
Oh, think of the fame.
The fortune.
The tourists.
Their gold.
Oh, Stanley, this is gonna help the kingdom so much.
And there's so much to do before Saturday.
What's on Saturday?
Your wedding!
My wedding? I'm getting married? To who?
Princess Andromeda of Astoria.
Is that good?
Oh, Your Highness, everyone says she's the smartest and bravest princess there's ever been.
And the nicest and prettiest, too. Well, of her generation, maybe.
Wow. And you're sure she wants to marry me?
Right here, her father's royal letter of accepted matrimony. Isn't it wonderful?
Sure. A little fast, maybe.
Then it's settled. You'll marry the princess on Saturday.
This Saturday?
Right after you kill the dragon.
Well, that seems reasonable. Oh, what? A dragon?
Of course. They tie the princess up in front of the dragon's cave and leave her there. Then everybody scurries home and puts up their shutters and leaves them shut. Then the ferocious beast begins stalking his helpless prey, snarling and growling and snorting fire and smoke. It's terrific.
It's terrible.
It's tradition.
Oh, but the dragon doesn't eat the princess, dear. That's because the prince, meaning you, will come along in the nick of time and rescue her. Then you'll go riding through the town shouting that you've killed the dragon, and she'll come riding on the horse behind you, weeping for joy.
And this works?
Every well-brought-up prince does it.
That's why there's only one dragon left. A lot of princes need to marry, you know, and every prince left wants the chance to fight the last dragon. You cannot imagine the paperwork required for your application.
I don't remember any application.
Well, the chamberlains filled it out for you, of course.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome, Your Highness. We put in lots of big words to impress them, like convivial, pulchritudinous, urbane. We use the Royal Dictionary.
You must have written very well indeed.
I do admit, Your Majesty, it taxed even my prodigious writing skills. It was extremely difficult to make Stanley seem like a real prince.
But I am a real prince. Prince Stanley. Right there in the name.
Wait a minute. I'm about to be brilliant.
But I am a real prince, Mother.
Of course you are, dear, but the Princess of Astoria will have had a very traditional upbringing, and she'll be expecting someone a little less...
Less what?
Less like you.
Like me? How can I be someone I'm not?
Quite easily, Your Highness. Just read that book.
The traditional prince?
Written by Prince Charming himself.
Just follow the advice in that book, Your Highness, and she'll have your heart. She'll never know that you're not a dashing fairy tale prince.
Isn't that like lying to her?
You don't understand how important this is, sweetheart. Tuscany is but a small and humdrum kingdom, and kind of a poor one too. But if you marry this Princess Andromeda, when you become king, Tuscany and Astoria will become one big kingdom.
One very large, very rich kingdom, Your Highness.
But I don't want to marry someone who doesn't know the real me.
Stanley! I know that you prefer your books and inventions to your royal duties, and in the past I've indulged you, but it's time for you to grow up and start accepting your responsibilities. Tuscany needs you to marry this princess, and it's your job as the prince to do it.
Yes, that is, I'll try.
Well then, Your Highness, you'd better get some sleep. Tomorrow you journey to Astoria, meet the princess, enjoy a banquet, kill the dragon, and get married. Busy, busy, busy.
Good night, Tia.
Good night, Mother.
Hello?
Hey,
Wake up! Some of us have scenes to do here. Can you please finish telling the story?
Hey, Stan, how long does it take to find a wrench? You've been gone for half an hour.
Oh, sorry, Lou. Got reading.
Must be some book. The Traditional Prince. Riding white horses. Finding glass slippers. Dealing with doors. Chapter 4. Meeting traditional princesses.
There's a chapter on that?
Guess I'll leave you to it then. Some of us have jobs to do around here.
I'm doing my job, okay? This is prince stuff. I'm a prince. Not that the Chamberlains think so.
I had an extremely difficult time making you seem like a real prince.
A real prince to who?
Princess Andromeda of Astoria?
Who's she?
Don't know, but she's got her heart set on marrying me.
I'm not marrying anyone, especially some prince I've never met.
but Your Highness,
It's what?
it's...
Say tradition one more time.
It's normal that you would feel nervous. Every princess does before the big day.
No, there is no big day. None of that day involves me tied to a rock without a sword in front of a dragon.
But the prince will save you. They always do.
Always.
Yes.
Every time.
It's trustable. You can trust it. Just like you can trust them to be ever so handsome and charming.
They're charming.
Oh, your ladyship, the way they smile, the things they say that make your hearts aflutter.
I could maybe do with a little charming.
So you're supposed to play Prince Charming?
I can be charming.
Really?
I've got a book.
Alright, so charm me.
You? Don't be ridiculous, Lou. You're a mechanic, not a princess.
Pretend I'm a girl. Lou is short for Lucinda, you know. Come on.
Like, now? Right here? Alright. Alright. Fine. Princess! You must know I love you better than anything in the world.
Oh, I'm overcome.
Fear not, princess. I shall kill the dragon or perish in the attempt. Yeah.
Yep, that about sums up your options.
Never mind. I won't be marrying a princess anyway unless I kill that dragon.
It's not just that I'm afraid the prince might lose. I just hate the thought of being useless while someone else fights a dragon for me.
Useless? You think a princess is useless in all this?
I'll be tied to a rock! What can I do?
You can give the prince something worth fighting for. Do you think you have the courage to face a dragon without you there? My lady, this custom shows how marriage makes each person more than they are by themselves alone.
I suppose. And I just stand there doing nothing?
I suppose you can, but a better use of your time would be to learn that battles in life will arise that, well, we can't fight. Sometimes we need other people to fight them for us.
Maybe. But I'd rather face battles with some side by side.
When was the last time you fought with that?
Ow! This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't do this.
Do what? Fight a dragon? Or marry a princess?
See, all of the above.
What are you gonna do? I could gas up the car.
Leave?
Tonight, while everyone's sleeping.
Sneaking away to avoid a fight isn't very prince-like.
I'd rather have a live friend than a dead prince.
Good idea. Go.
Running off, are we?
Mother! I'm not running. I mean, maybe I am. A little.
It's your decision. I won't stop you.
Thank you.
But later on you'll wish I had.
I can't go through with it. I can't. I'm afraid.
I know just how you feel.
Really? When did you ever fight a dragon?
You're afraid of the dragon?
No! Yes. I mean, what else would I be afraid of?
The princess, I should think.
Why would I be afraid of a girl? And besides, everyone says she's smart, and brave, and pretty, and nice.
What if she isn't? Or worse, what if she's all of those things, but she just doesn't like you?
I thought moms were supposed to cheer kids up.
You need to be brave, Stanley.
But, Mom, I'm not brave. I'm afraid of the dragon. I'm even afraid of the girl.
Of course! Courageous people are always afraid.
What?
Tell me, is it brave to go to dinner?
Huh? No, that's not being brave.
Or to tie your shoes in the morning?
Of course not.
That's right, because if you're not scared to do something, it isn't brave to do it. Courage is about being afraid and then doing it anyway.
Have you seen my new suspenders? The gold ones.
They're in your closet, dear. Why?
I want to look my best tomorrow. I'm going to be meeting a princess after all.
15 men on the dead man's chest. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of...
Father! D'Artagnan!
Ah! Good
Where's
morning.
Father?
With the Minister of Transportation. Something about children and carriages.
I need to tell him something. D'Artagnan, I'm not going to marry this prince he picked for me.
Ah! I already know that.
But how could you know? I haven't told anyone yet.
Impossible!
What's the matter, Father darling?
Oh, affairs of state. The people are complaining that our kingdom is so far from the ocean that their children can't get to the beach and back in time for supper. Now, how am I supposed to get them there? I don't have wings like D'Artagnan here.
Father, I have an idea. Can I tell you?
My dear, you're not dressed. The prince will be arriving any minute.
Father, couldn't we tie a prince up for the dragon to look at and then I could take my sword and rescue him?
What an unladylike idea. Dismiss that thought, my child.
But I fence better than any of the silly princes we know. And I thought, instead of one of them fighting for me...
What's that sound?
I said, instead of one of them fighting for me, I thought maybe...
It's some kind of carriage that doesn't use horses. Is that the prince?
I thought I'd fight for myself.
My moves quickly. You must come see.
Father dear, I'm not going to marry this prince.
What?
When I marry, it will be for love.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
You're okay with that?
Of course!
Why?
Don't you see, my dear? Once this prince arrives, you'll fall instantly in love with him.
What? How do you know?
It always happens that way. It's tradition. Andromeda, your clothes. Go get dressed.
But
At once, they're practically here.
yes, Father.
Now where to stand? First impressions are so important. No, too boring. No, maybe, something around.
Your Majesty?
Greetings, Prince. You looked much bigger in your portrait and more fierce.
Prince Stanley of Tuscany. At your service.
Tuscany! There must be some mistake. I sent for the Prince of Escundia!
Maybe we'd better go.
Nonsense. I am the Queen of Tuscany, and is this not your royal letter of accepted matrimony?
Why, yes, it seems to be, but how did you get it? D'Artagnan? You took my letter to the wrong prince!
Divine wrong, sire. Your parrot can talk? Amazing!
Not that amazing. He can't even seem to find the kingdom of Escundia!
You must be a wonderful scout.
Scout! What do you mean?
Scout. Ark? Known. A person sent out to learn what the enemy is doing. One who collects information.
Information about the dragon, for example. I don't even know.
Now, Stanley, I'm sure the dragon is very traditional. Scales, teeth, fire breath. What else must you know?
No. I think the boy's suggestion is wonderful. D'Artagnan, while we eat dinner, you will go scout the dragon. You owe me for misdelivering my letter. If I find you did that on purpose.
Princess Andromeda of Astoria!
Stanley, say something.
Are you okay?
Yes. Sorry. That is, until this moment, I thought the term stunning beauty was just a figure of speech.
Heart to flutter.
Andromeda, this is Prince Stanley of Tuscany.
Delighted to meet you. Where exactly is Tuscany?
Near the ocean. On the coast? Well, of course on the coast, because there's the ocean, and then the coast, which is really just the beach.
Ah, the beach. A devilishly long journey that. Just today our people were complaining that their children can't get to the beach and back in time for supper.
I brought this for you.
Thank you very much. What is it?
I call it a telescope. Look.
It's amazing! Father, you should see!
Stanley invented it himself.
Say, who invented that marvelous contrivance you traveled in?
Stanley did, Your Majesty.
He calls it a motor car.
Lou, help me with the law of the parts.
You are a clever lad.
A prince who invents things, that's not very traditional.
Oh, no, Stanley is traditional. Yes, very. Just yesterday, my chamberlains and I were remarking just how traditional he is. Smart,
Strong,
brave, and, of course, traditional.
Well, he's not the prince I expected, but you seem a good lad, Stanley. I'd be honored to let you rescue my daughter.
Perfect!
Oh, Perfect.
Let's go to dinner then. Afterward, I'll show you to your chambers for tonight, and tomorrow the daring rescue.
It's ever so exciting.
Let the feasting begin.
Feasting. Verb. To gorge oneself on tasty comestibles while the hungry parrot risks his life, flying off into the night alone to scout the dragon, probably to become an avian flambe.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Trying to escape the snarling and growling beast? Get back in there, they need you.
Princess? Where'd you go?
Dear Prince, please come onto the terrace. I want to talk to you without anybody else hearing. The Princess.
Be brave, Stanley.
If this prince isn't a better sword fighter than he seems, I'm gonna be dragon food. And even if he's strong enough, I don't even know him. What if he's mean, or stuck up, or doesn't change his socks? Or a big old bully? I'll have to marry him and be miserable forever. Oh, Father, this would be so much easier if you just let me fight the dragon.
Princess, at your service.
Do you want to marry me?
Princess, you must know I love you better than anything in the world.
Oh, do stop it.
Stop what?
The whole Prince Charming thing. Some princesses might like it, but I think it's quite tiresome. Just be Prince Stanley.
Prince Stanley. Yes, a traditional prince.
So do you really want to get married?
Of course. Of course.
And you think you'll be able to slay that dragon tomorrow?
Fear not, princess. I shall kill the dragon or perish in the attempt.
Well, it's no use your perishing.
It's the least I could do.
What I'm afraid of is that it's the most you can do.
Well, it's the only thing I can do unless I kill the dragon, which I will, of course.
You have experience in this sort of thing? Fighting dragons?
Well, not dragons specifically.
But fighting in general. You know how to do that?
Well, every traditional prince knows how, right?
Fine. Attack me with your sword.
I beg your pardon?
Fence with me.
But you're a lady. I'm afraid I cannot hit you.
Yes, that scares me too.
No, I was saying ow. It's not proper to... Ow. 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 I'm not supposed to hit a princess.
I want to see you try.
You're amazing. I've never heard of a princess who could fence like that. I never had a chance against you.
And you honestly think you can slay a dragon when you can't even beat me?
The other princesses I've met are all lacy and dainty and meek, but you're confident, friendly, and beautiful. I mean, your eyes and your hair.
Stanley, focus. Tomorrow at dawn, you and I are going to have a serious fire-breathing problem. That dragon is going to eat you.
You're afraid of the dragon?
Yes, I'm afraid. Stanley, they're going to tie me up to a rock and leave me there while everybody scurries home and puts up the shutters and keeps them shut.
Until I ride through the town shouting.
Shouting what? That you've won? Stanley, I can beat you. In a dress. Without really trying. So just go home. Send me a postcard from the beach in Tuscany.
I'm not a great fighter. I know that. I mostly skip my fencing lessons to study more math.
Oh, great. Maybe you can give the dragon a really hard fraction problem. You're gonna get eaten. Run away.
I was going to. Had my suitcase packed and everything. I didn't want to fight a dragon just to marry some silly princess.
Good. Why did you change your mind?
The princess turned out to be you. Do you want to marry me?
I don't have a choice, do I? It's tradition.
Tradition shouldn't keep people from being themselves. I'll go back home.
Wait. You're very different from the other princes I've met.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
No, it's a good thing. You're sweet and you're smart and you invent things. Which is the coolest ever. Did you really build that car all by yourself?
Yeah, well, I've helped building some of the parts, but it was my idea. I love experimenting with things, figuring out how they work, playing with gears, springs, and sprockets, getting my hands greasy.
I've never met anyone like you. I would actually consider marrying you if things were different.
Are you serious? I mean, I'm honored, Princess Andromeda.
My friends call me Andy.
Andy. Okay.
But we're not going to get married because you're not going to fight that dragon. I don't want you hurt because of me.
And I don't want to get hurt. Sometimes you have to take a risk to make the choices you want to make.
You'd fight a dragon just to marry me?
I just hope I don't get the both of us eaten.
Well, you didn't fence that badly. Maybe you'll beat the dragon after all.
And hey, maybe the dragon isn't as scary as everyone thinks. Maybe he's the last dragon because he was so small that no one could find him.
Right, because his scales are so soft that a little pin can hurt them.
I bet he can't even breathe fire at all.
Of course, people just made that part up.
So the tradition seemed less scary.
Right. And it's working.
Listen, Andy, I know you're worried that I might not beat this dragon. I'm not gonna pretend I'm Prince Valiant, so why don't we fight him together, like side by side?
You mean it? Side by side?
Are you kidding? Better have you with me with this sword in your hand and standing there tied to a rock.
Okay! Oh, but I don't have a sword. Not when they tie me up. Will you bring an extra for me?
Deal.
Ah! Your Majesty! Everyone, I've seen the dragon.
D'Artagnan, are those scorch marks on your feathers?
Water.
You saw the dragon? Where?
Water.
And he really breathes fire?
Water.
Here.
First, I flew to the high hill with the big rocks where I spied the dragon's trail. Her claw prints were like a seagull's feet on the sea sand, and her tail had worn a groove like a cart rut in a dirt road.
That's sort of poetic.
The tracks were dug into solid rock, so I followed the trail to a cave, a dark dungeon, black as a tomb. And the rocks around it, they were scorched black, and they looked as though they'd been melted.
His fire breath!
I remember my dragon burning the shield right off my arm. The hem of my gown was ablaze.
And the dragon herself, enormous, 70 feet long.
70? 70.
70 long feet from the start of her snarling snout to the tip of her terrible tail. Not only that, but she has huge wings, not properly feathered like mine, but instead
All leather and bone like a bat's?
exactly, but 1,000 times bigger. And when she slithered from her den, her silvery hide gleamed in the moonlight like a cloak of diamonds.
But a good sharp sword can still hurt him, right?
Who knows? Those scales are iron and the tail is solid brass.
And his teeth?
Like daggers, no, spears. A man could stand up inside his mouth.
This is bad.
What a fine dragon he sounds.
A fight for the history books!
No need for thanking me for scouting, sire.
Oh, I envy you, dear, helplessly watching him pounce on your prince.
I'll cherish the moment.
While the resolute Stanley does battle, mano a mano, laughing at death to struggle against the ferocious beast, twice the size of the dragon I fought.
I feel sick.
What a dire foe to frighten the princess! Is a bold prince to face such doom?
Ah! Simply risk my life. Nothing noteworthy.
The slashing and scorching and screaming, choking on smoke, wading in blood.
I'm sorry to bring you all this way before breakfast, my dear, but dragons are early risers after all, and Stanley will be along soon anyway.
Yes, he seems a very punctual sort.
And hopefully a fine swordsman.
He's very sweet.
Sweet.
Aren't you going to tie me up?
Why don't you come back home with me? We'll just tell the prince you don't need to be rescued.
But I can't be married if I'm not rescued. The tradition.
I didn't raise you and teach you and love just to feed you to monsters. The world is a dangerous place. Let's go home.
Father, I can do this. I'll be a perfect princess. You'll see.
Andy, I'm scared.
It does sound like a big dragon.
Not the dragon. The castle will be so empty after you're married.
But Father...
I was wrong before about tradition. Who cares what other princesses did before? You're you. Come back home. Forget what's his name.
Stanley.
Sure, whatever. Come on.
I'm staying.
You want to face the dragon?
Not the dragon. What comes after?
I don't understand. Before you didn't.
Maybe not every tradition is wrong. I need to become who you raised me to be.
But this dragon and that prince, it's too risky this time.
I suspect it always is. Daddy, I love you, but you have to let me go. Everything will be fine. Be brave for me.
I'll try. There now. Are the ropes too tight?
No, they're fine.
Well, that's everything then. I love you, Andromeda. Be careful.
I love you too, Father. See you soon. Stanley!
Hi.
You're really here. I mean, you look very handsome. A proper prince. Would you mind untying me?
Oh, sure.
Turns out standing here all tied up is a lot more comfortable in storybooks than it is in real life.
I brought you some cookies. I thought you might be hungry about breakfast.
How sweet. Did you also bring me a sword? It's kind of hard to fight a dragon without...
I've been thinking, now that we know this dragon really is mean and dangerous, we'll probably both get eaten if we fight him. I didn't bring your sword on purpose. I want you to run away with me safe, not trapped in a cave with me or tied to a rock out here. Wish me luck.
No!
What?
Well, if I'm not tied up here, I'm not going to let you fight a dragon alone.
I don't want you hurt because of me. Go home, Andromeda. It's too risky.
Sometimes you have to take a risk to make the choices you want to make. Or to marry the person you love.
Love? Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go fight a dragon.
Still no sword.
Take mine. You're a better fighter anyway. I'll use my knowledge to keep the dragon from hurting you.
You're the bravest prince I've ever met.
The dragon doesn't have a chance against you.
Us.
So, I guess we go in here then?
Oh. It's a lot darker and scarier in here than I expected.
We need to be brave. Together.
Together.
What ho! Dragon there! What ho within?
Dragon! I am Princess Andromeda of Astoria!
Oh yes, one of those precious princesses, aren't you? And I'm supposed to follow the tradition and come out and fight for you. Well, I'll tell you straight, I'm not going to do it. If I wanted a princess, I'd come and snatch her from the castle.
I said that!
But I don't. What do you suppose I'd do with the princess if I'd gotten her anyway?
Eat her, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't touch the horrid thing.
I am not horrid. We're coming in.
Wait! We can't just go in there and kill him. I mean, unless he attacks us. It almost seems a shame to hurt him at all. He is the last dragon left in the world.
Well then, let's don't fight him. Let's tame him with kindness and teach him not to eat princesses, but to eat out of their hands.
That's brilliant! But taming him with kindness means giving him treats to eat.
Oh, dragon, do you like cookies?
No!
Not even the little chocolate ones with extra cream filling?
No!
We're not leaving until...
We'll be kind to you.
What are you doing?
I thought with taming him.
Do you know what the first rule of taming is? Don't die!
No!
What?
It wouldn't be fair. He's crying.
Maybe he can't breathe fire after all.
Of course I can! I'm a dragon!
Then what's the matter, dragon dear?
What? What did you say? Say that again.
What's the matter, dragon dear?
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong? I could have roasted you both like marshmallows, but instead you threw yourself in front to save your friend. Nobody would ever do that for me. That's what's wrong. I've never had a friend like that, and nobody's ever called me dear before.
Don't cry, dragon dear. We'll call you dear as often as you'd like. We want to tame you.
That's just it. I am tame. That's what nobody but you has ever bothered to find out. I'm so tame that I'd eat out of your hands.
Then why did you attack us?
To chase you away so you wouldn't hurt me, of course. What have I ever done to you?
So you don't want to kill us?
Well, we don't want to kill you either.
After all, we are getting married tomorrow, aren't we, Princess?
Stanley, was that a proposal?
Not terribly romantic if it was. A girl likes to hear something a bit more inventive, but go on.
Andy, I can invent a telescope and dream up a motor car. I can ponder philosophy, memorize whole textbooks, and solve long division in my head. But I never could have imagined someone as kind, smart, exciting, and beautiful as you. Tradition says I can only marry a princess, but I only want to do that if that princess is you. Andy, will you marry me?
Well, tradition says that I can only be wed to a brave and charming prince. So it's awfully lucky that I found one. I would love to marry you, Stanley.
I think I'm going to cry again. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you. Would you like to come to the wedding?
Really and truly?
Maybe you could be the best dragon.
Oh, do say yes.
Yes, I would be honored, but do you happen to have any more of those cookies left?
Lots.
And I'd have some tea I'd share too. Do fetch the kettle.
It's very untraditional to go to the dragon's cave before the prince rides through town.
Well, it's not very traditional for queens to hike into the mountains carrying swords either, but it's been so long. Can you see anything?
Well, there's the rock and it's empty. Andromeda is gone.
Stanley's gone too. He must have lost.
We'll get to the bottom of this. Stay behind me.
Oh my lord, what the? Yeah, okay.
Now, where's Andromeda, you monster?
Hello? Can't fit through the cave. Sorry, couldn't get past Fido there.
Fido?
Fido?
The dragon. I named him.
But he's a dragon.
And a pleasure to make your acquaintance, your majesty. You have a fine daughter there, you do, and make no mistake.
But you're a dragon, and you're a prince. One of you's supposed to be dead.
Mother, what an awful thing to say. The dragon's quite tame.
Impossible!
Stanley, family. This is not a stray kitten. This is a vicious beast that will eat you and burn down the castle.
How do you know that?
Because they always have.
Because princes have always gone out to fight dragons first.
Of course they have.
It's
Tradition! Tradition!
Perhaps we've been so concerned with the way things always have been that we've overlooked how they actually are. Your son is an inventor. My daughter's a sword fighter. What's to say this dragon isn't nice and tame after all?
He certainly doesn't seem as scary now that I've met him.
You can pet him if you want to.
Really?
But he's a little ticklish.
But if you don't want to eat people, Fido, then what do you want to do?
Oh, dear Queen, your kindness quite undragons me. Nobody's ever asked what a dragon wants to do. I don't know, but I'm sure it can be useful somehow.
What does one do with a dragon?
I know just the thing. Make him a howdah.
Huda?
A howdah. It's a special saddle for riding big things, like elephants. For a dragon, it could be huge, like the tops of several carriages laid end to end.
But how would that help? What would I do?
Of course! He could fly children to the beach and back in time for supper with the right howdah! You could be 150 little tots! My people have been clamoring for such a contrivance!
That sounds wonderful. Let's go back to the castle. And so the prince and the princess and the king and the queen went back to the palace in triumph, the dragon following them like an old friend. And after the wedding, when the happy couple were settled in their own kingdom, Fido spent his days flying children to the seashore, 150 at a time. And he would lie there patiently waiting on the sand till they were ready to return.
The children were very fond of it and used to call it dear, which never failed to bring tears of affection and joy to its eyes.
And so it lived, useful and respected till quite the other day when it realized that dragons were out of date, now that so much new machinery had come into fashion.
And so the dragon used the magic that all dragons have to become something less old-fashioned and something that we can still see today. The last of the dragons became the first of the aeroplanes.
Do you know what the fruit...
Astoria.
Fame, the fortune, the tourists.
That wasn't my line.
Filming a major motion picture in here. I don't know if you're aware. It's a pretty big deal.
Can you just, Chloe, you're just gonna immediately jump on that thing, okay? And everything, I would look a little bit past it, but let's get your...
Let's skip that.
Okay,
Jenny, let's have some, like...
Maybe I'm just staying here inside and pops up her head.
Shoulder and give me a wink.
I can't wait!
Me, Stanley, say go!